So have you ever found yourself pondering the age-old question, is it better to start a business from scratch or buy an existing one? Yes, I get asked this a lot. But what should you consider when deciding between buying or starting a business? So in this video, I'll leverage my 20 years of business sales knowledge and my experience as a business coach and mentor to help you understand the real pros and cons of each option. And I'll give you answers, well, to the following questions. Should you buy a business or start your own? Is it easier to succeed with an established business or a startup? Which is more profitable, buying or starting one from zero? Which is easier to do? And which one is the quickest to make a profit? Well, as you know, there are generally two ways to become a business owner. You can buy an existing company with an established customer base, a roster of trained employees, proven cash flows and products. Or you can go down the startup route, take your own idea and build that into a successful business. Now, starting from scratch may be the best for an entrepreneur with a great idea, but on the other hand, those seeking to buy an independent lifestyle, to dictate their own hours and produce immediate profit and cash flow, well, they should look at the option to buy their own future. Now, ever wondered whether you should buy a business or start your own? That's what we're talking about. Making the right choice can be crucial to your success in the long run. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? What are the pros and cons between the two? Well, we should probably start with starting a business, as this seems to be often the most preferred option. But how can starting your own business, give you more control? Well, it's simple. Starting your own business allows you to design all aspects of the business, from the business model, the branding, operational processes, and the company culture. You can be highly adaptable and responsible to market changes. You can have the freedom to pivot your business strategy as needed without being constrained by existing systems, structures, products, staff, and customers. Now, while startups can be costly, the initial investment is often lower than buying an established business. You can start small and scale up as your business grows. Building a business from the ground up can be incredibly fulfilling. The sense of accomplishment and pride that comes from seeing your vision come to life, well, that's a significant motivator for many startups. All right, what are the potential pitfalls of starting a business from scratch? Startups come with a high level of risk and uncertainty. It can take time to build a customer base, generate revenue, and achieve profitability. Many startups fail within the first few years. Now, unlike buying an established business, startups typically take longer to become profitable. You may need to invest a significant amount of time and resources, money, energy, before seeing any real financial returns. Establishing a brand and gaining customer trust takes time and effort. Competing against well-established businesses can be challenging and resource intensive, and it often makes it more difficult for you to scale up from such a small point. But your dream business might already exist. So why don't you just take it over? Why don't you just buy it? Now that brings us on to buying a business. So what are the key advantages of buying an existing business? Well, one of the most significant is the pre-existing brand recognition and loyal customer base. Now this can save you considerable time and effort in building brand awareness. Existing businesses come with established relationships with suppliers, customers, and other stakeholders. These relationships can be invaluable for the smooth operations and continuous growth. An existing business has an established business model, established processes, and usually established staff. Now, this reduces the uncertainty and risk associated with starting a new business. Unlike a startup, which might take months or sometimes years to become a very profitable business, an established business can provide immediate cash flow from day one. Now, this can be crucial for sustaining operations and providing financial stability. Lenders and investors are often far more willing to finance an existing business with a proven track record than they are to fund a new and unproven startup. Now, this can make securing funding from bankers and investors far easier. Because the business is proven to be viable and has a history that you can examine, the risk element of buying a business is reduced significantly. It has existing employees and staff, and they're trained and experienced. No downtime is wasted on hiring and training. It has customers, clients, and a new business will require significant sales efforts just to get that first sale. An existing business likely has sales in the pipeline on the day you take over. If you already have a business in a complementary or even in the same niche that you can likely expand, buying an existing business that you can bolt on is far easier than launching a brand new division or subsidiary. Remember, an established business provides revenue, cash, profits on day one. But isn't it interesting that 98% of businesses sold continue to thrive even 3 years after the new ownership? But okay, what are the hidden risks that come with buying a business? Buying a business can be more expensive up front than starting a new one. This initial investment includes purchase price, legal fees, and possibly renovation or upgrade costs. You may also inherit the business's problems, such as outdated equipment or negative public perception, and you might be bound by existing contracts, business practices, and the decisions from the previous owner, and all of this can cost money for investment. So thorough due diligence is essential to identify and mitigate these risks. The success of the business might have heavily been reliant on the owner's relationships and the owner's expertise. Transitioning these relationships to a new ownership can sometimes be stressful and challenging. Did you know that 44% of startups fail within the first 3 years? Now, I'm often approached by people who inquire about the cost of purchasing a business and then ask themselves the question, oh look, maybe it would be cheaper if I just start my own business rather than buying it. Well, it might be, but if you fail, it'll be an expensive mistake. It's the classic number 8 wire Kiwi culture. Whilst in theory, starting your business sounds exciting, the reality is, well, actually quite different. So can buying a business really be less risky than starting one? Well, the answer to that is yes. Stats New Zealand shows us that 40% of all startups fail in the first 36 months. So when we look at the success rate of acquiring existing businesses, there is a greater than 90% success rate. So I'm a business broker and my company sells 500 plus businesses a year, and we monitor the ongoing survival rate. For every business sold, we see a success rate above 98%. Now, simply put, the business is operating 36 months after the purchase versus the startup death rate, which is 44% failing within that 36 months. But which is more profitable, buying a business or starting one from zero? Finally, the often argued point of cost effectiveness and quick profit. The cost effectiveness and speed of making a profit depends on the specific business, obviously, and the market conditions for both a purchase and a startup. But generally speaking, starting a business from scratch is often considered more cost effective since you can control your initial investment. However, if you find an established business with strong potential, the immediate cash flow will often offset that higher acquisition cost. But which option offers a quicker path to profitability? Well, buying an established business with a solid customer base and proven revenue stream does yield quicker profits. In contrast, starting a business requires time to build brand awareness, attract customers, establish a foothold in the market, etc. It can sometimes take more investment than the initial cost of buying a business as a going concern while you're funding the business while it develops and becomes profitable. So in other words, the cost of buying the business often is less than starting the business and funding it until it is profitable. Now, buying a business with revenue and history is almost always going to give a higher chance of success than starting it from scratch. An existing business will have a financial history from which you'll be able to gain a better understanding of the dynamics of the business and then make some informed decisions. Now, even if profitability has been low, your strengths may lend themselves to turning a viable venture out of that business that you've bought. The financials will give you the ability to confirm what the business has done in the past, identify opportunities to move forward, and obtain bank funding in order to do so. But whether you buy or start, knowing why customers then leave your business is crucial in understanding customer retention. Now, what is the answer to understanding customer retention? Well, the answer is over here. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.